for this specific matchup. He's going to be going in with this Mirage, going to have the Scythe play to go up against Rite. And then he's also going to have the Spear play to kind of go spear to spear against Rite. And start it off, picks up the Scythe. Can't quite maintain that pressure just yet.
And right now, both players picked up those weapons, trying to get started on each other. Sidesig gets interrupted by the weapon throw, but a big side string coming out from Carrot. He's trying to get as much as he can here. Sidesig from Rite, though, sends him off stage in a big way, but Carrot trying to get back on stage, can't quite make it work.
Do you see Carrot currently unarmed against Rite? Trying to get back up, goes underneath, fakes out, and he's back into the middle. Gets that down air, clashes out, Rite gets back up safely, gets that turnaround down air, and that is going to be the first stock going the way of Rite.
And Carrot now, he doesn't have a weapon to find. Rite doing a pretty good at weapon denial here. Carrot with a nice recovery into the new. Sends right down where gravity cancel side light doesn't quite work in his favor. Carrot backs off after the neutral light, goes for the weapon so he can maybe get a signature for the kill here, but he's going to need to find the right one. That neutral sig earlier wasn't working, and now the Katars coming out from Rite are big.
Yeah, stock advantage is definitely in Rite's favor. He's got this Katar play, going to try to build up some more damage on top of this. Can't quite get the hit, though, as Carrot gets the side signature, and that is going to keep the stocks even. Didn't take too much damage to get that side signature, but it did take quite a bit of time.
Both players now sort of returning to neutral. The Nair sending Rite off stage with the ult. Good side light into neutral light, but couldn't quite find the big side string follow-up that he was looking for. Rite with a nice unarmed downlight into side air, but he's actually going to get punished a little bit for it with the side string. Side seed's not quite going to work. Both players are extremely even in damage.
Do you see the side air come out from Carrot? Nice Nair, can't get that follow-up. Both of them looking for those spear recoveries. This time Rite going to be looking for that Nair follow-up. Couldn't quite get that that neutral sig read. Expected Carrot to go over to the left side.
Ground pounds
This
with Carrot
helicopters.
work. Both players on the spear are looking just so even, not only because of their damage number, but also just the way they're trading out hits. Ooh, and the breakdance from Rite is actually not going to work out for him. Instead, he's going to get interrupted by the weapon throw. Scythe is going to come out with a neutral light, but no follow-up afterwards. Instead, Rite gets a punish and a side sig for the kill. Looking good against Carrot. But, of course, we've seen Carrot turn this around very quickly.
He's got that spear in hand. It was the side signature. Oh, that weapon toss from Rite did not actually catch that coming out of his hands, but it does interrupt Carrot, so he couldn't get that ground pound to follow up that spear toss or a pickup dare. Both really strong options. Instead, he's going to finally get that weapon toss. Still can't finish off the stock. The side air, again, interrupted a little bit off that weapon toss from Rite, but still not enough. And Carrot evening up the stocks. Can he get a big string? Can he take back the lead from Rite? There's a good attempt. Can't get that follow-up there.
Ground pound from Rite sends Carrot flying a little bit. Not quite for the kill, but enough that... Ooh, and now Carrot with some side strings gets some really good damage onto the Queen Nai. But he's got a lot of
surprised he didn't go for the offstage there. That was a really good side string, like you were saying. He had that recovery follow-up, and Rite was off stage. And Scythe is a really good offstage weapon, especially against something like Spear, which all he really had was the Nair. If he can avoid the Nair and punish, that would have been a big opportunity, but instead Carrot decided to play that neutral game.
I agree with you in principle, but I feel like Carrot isn't a comfortable Scythe Gimper.
Right.
He just doesn't feel it. And so sends
if he
Rite
was a
off
Scythe
stage.
main, that would have been a situation where you should have expected that.
Instead, both players weapon throws. Rite is taking everything off the board. It's going to be an unarmed fight. But
nice
Carrot
dare.
quickly picks up the spear. One dare is all he needs. Takes game one.
Really good dare from Carrot. Will take him to game two. Again, we're going into the best of fives now as we're sitting in the losers finals. Here and out should be all best of fives as Rite swaps on over to the Asuri. Not overly surprising. We've seen these Asuris. We've seen these Katars come out from a lot of these Australian players.
Now Rite banning out maps. We're going straight to Twilight. And right with that Asuri switch, I mean, we've seen it before.
Yeah. Pirate Asuri. Definitely a pick from Rite. Not the kindergarten Asuri or the what is it, Outback Asuri, the one that Noel sometimes uses.
There's a lot of Asuri skins.
There's a creepy alien Asuri.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's one of the top 10 skins I never want to see. But we do see a lot of good scythe play coming out from Carrot. He might not be a true to heart scythe main, but he definitely knows his stuff when it comes to the scythe. Haymaker underneath, finish the stock off, ground pound connects, and Carrot is going to take a big lead over Rite.
Yeah, some good patience coming out from Carrot. Waiting out for all those resources and getting that stock relatively early for these two players who've been normally trading pretty evenly. And now a clash coming out from Rite. Carrot looking for the Scythe Gimp. He was going off stage that time. Neutralite, double Neutralite with the Nair recovery. He's gotten a lot of damage onto Rite considering he's still on his first stock and goes for Gravity
Cancel Side Sig out of the just off-screen play. That was an interesting option. It's got a lot of horizontal movement, so it's definitely not a bad option to gravity cancel, but it's definitely something you don't see all too often. Rite can't get the ground pound. Both of them back and forth on this pin eye hole area, and Rite gets back up safely. You saw the exclamation points, though. He was definitely close to wall slip.
And now Rite trying to figure out how he's going to make back this damage deficit. You know, you do a lot of thinking when you're dash jumping around the stage waiting for your opponent to come. That's the best time. Yeah, that just a lot of time to yourself. Just question juices and all sorts of different. And where Madagascar is. Yeah, I mean it's tough, man. Geography. I don't have a globe. Carrot now trying to get these signatures on the right. He knows the kill percentage, sideline and recovery is what he needs. But he did go down in the orange. Credit to Rite for getting at least some good damage on while he was still on stage. And now side sig was what he was looking for to maybe send. Okay. 2 neutralites from Carrot. He does end up eating a neutral signature over in the eye hole, so he is going to fall to his death. But that, I mean, if he was able to continue that neutralite play with that scythe, that would have been something else to say the least. Carrot now. Yeah. He sent him off stage. He was trying to find where Rite might go wrong, but he didn't over-engage, and that's fine. Rite with a double recovery goes for the ground pound. That interrupted Carrot's recovery. Oh, Carrot tries to clash out against the recovery from Rite. Couldn't quite get the hit. And now Rite in control of game 2. Goes for the weapon toss off the neutralite. Katar's in hand. Carrot over to the spear. Sideline and downlight isn't going to be effective. A side air into a side sig, not quite going to work out. And Rite is just waiting out these side airs. One finally connects. Both players are in the red. Carrot was chase dodging toward Rite before he realized there was a weapon behind him. Had to make the turnaround. Couldn't keep going with the pressure. The recovery Rite manages to avoid by going under. Both players continue to be barely in kill percentage. Downlight recovery is going to do it. Rite is going to take it to a game number 3. That was very close between the two in those final stocks. That really could have gone either way, but Rite was the one who got underneath with the unarmed downlight into the recovery, and that is going to give him game 2. It is at 1 apiece. But I mean, that game is basically indicative of how this entire set looks to be a very close 1-to-1 back and forth match. It's looking pretty good for both players, I'd say. I did say game number 3. I do want to point out the best of 5. Yes. 3 is not the end of the set. Correct. It is a best of 5 in these loser finals. So definitely there's opportunities here. I'm a little bit surprised to see Carrot sticking with the Mirage with a character pool the size that Carrot seems to have. It seems like this would have been the opportunity to swap. Maybe he'll save it if he loses another game. Rite already made the swap over to this Asuri, and so far it's working fantastically as he gets the Katar strings on top of Carrot. Right, trying to find the beginning of that Katar string. Carrot says, I have unarmed recovery. I'm just going to try that a few. But This time, not quite working out. You can only triple use a move so many times.
I don't know, maybe. Oh!
A side air!
The side air had enough. It had enough of a high hitbox or high vector that it sent right up into the kill box. You don't see that basically ever. A side air from the top of the map killing into the skybox.
And now Mirage taking out those big side strings that we used to see a lot of before, and we don't much. The side air and the nair. Side sig sends Right way off stage. Carrot yet again has a big stock lead, although last time we saw this, Right managed to bring it back. We'll see if he's able to repeat that process, but the recovery right now against Right, he's gotten some really good hits in. Able to stay alive.
Neutral light to interrupt, immediately punishing Right, trying to catch him. Right is taking so much damage. Right is borderline dead. He's looking for that gravity cancel down light to catch Carrot. He's looking for that finishing move with the unarmed play. Recognizes that he's not really finding it, so he tries to play it with the guitars. He's gonna be coming back, but Carrot has 3 stocks to the 1 of Right.
Oh, and there's a nice haymaker. Gets the kill. That's a full stock lead going the way of Carrot. But we've seen Right make big comebacks, and this could be it. We'll see what he's able to do. There's a quick weapon throw into the neutral light. Nothing quite after that. Carrot says, hey, I can do that too.
Lots of weapon tosses coming out from Right now. Weapon toss from Carrot in return, but he wants the scythe. There's the pickup over to the Sarah. Can't quite get that turnaround there. But we've seen what Carrot can do with this scythe. Definitely a very strong scythe player. Something to be afraid of as Right gets caught by one of the moves, but not much else. Carrot gonna go for some offstage play? No. Back up to the main stage. Hits the weapon toss, hits the pickup recovery.
And a good downlight into ground pound from Right. Ooh, and a great recovery right after that ground. He's gotten some good damage onto Carrot, but he needs to find the finisher extremely quickly. There's a side air. That's going to do it. He's in the orange. He can absolutely make this comeback work.
We see the Sarah come out from Right. This is a real possibility for Right, but he's got to avoid this damage from Carrot. Carrot still able to pick up the scythe, staying active for so long. Weapon tosses on both sides, but Right's underneath it and Carrot's above it. Neutral light from Right, trying to get that weapon toss to follow up the neutral light.
And he's got Carrot in the orange right now, but he, being weaponless, he's being extremely patient against Carrot. Waiting out the options, looking for a ground pound, but Carrot's not going to bite. Dare, ground pound. The recovery coming out from Carrot.
This can go Right's way. He hits the weapon toss, and Right steals it out underneath Carrot for game 3.
A reverse 3 stock coming out from Right. And Carrot just is unable to make these last stocks work for him. Right, such a good job at clutching it out right at the end. Now as we go into game number 4 here, Right's got a bit of advantage against Carrot. And I gotta imagine he's in his head a little, right? Like you drop a 3 stock lead and you're thinking, man,
a moral blow. That's a moral blow.
Doing? Right did beat Carrot in top 32, and now they're facing off against each other yet again in lower bracket in best of 5. And we'll see if the same thing will happen again, or if Carrot can pick up something new.
Over to Great Hall, looking to interrupt some of these scythe strings. I'm not sure if Carrot has like a ledge cancel plan in mind, but if not, these soft platforms make it a little bit more difficult to get the consistency, those aerial strings from the scythe. But we do see Carrot again sticking with this Mirage pick. It's very interesting. We haven't seen a whole lot of Mirage throughout the tournament. Carrot showed more Katars, I want to say, than this scythe spear play, but it's not working terribly despite the fact that he's currently 2-1 against Right, or 1-2.
Oh, okay. Unarmed recovery is the best way to return to stage, as Carrot demonstrates, or really to do anything apparently.
Doing it. Might as well go back for the unarmed recovery game, as that works so effectively. The soft platform stopping Rite from the ground pound. He ends up ledge canceling it into a down heavy. Carrot looking for that neutral sig setup. You see him, he's waiting for it, but not catching Rite on the dodge. He's trying to get those reads, and Rite still holding on to the stock. Carrot tried to get the fake out for that ground pound. You saw him dash jump over, but it's going to be the slide charge neutral heavy off of the dash to take down Rite's first stock, staying with the scythe.
Right now, looking for the unarmed recovery for the kill. Really, any of those unarmed options, a ground pound on the doesn't connect, goes for a deep ground pound. He still has the dodge there. Rite thought he was okay letting go of it, but there's a quick side air, secures the kill.
Side air into the recovery from Carrot. Carrot's unarmed game working pretty well for him. Going for that neutralite setup, and Rite has been able to avoid all of the follow-ups off of it so far from Carrot, unless Carrot goes for like 3 neutralites in a row. Nice
Carrot's also gotten some
recovery.
really good spot dodges. He's managed to
Recovery.
avoid the neutralites
Rite still hasn't
completely.
touched. And that's going to be the stock.
Carrot looking good this time. He's looking a lot stronger than he did in those last few matches in terms of making sure to secure Carrot's kills. But hey, maybe I'm speaking too soon. And now that we've got Rite down to last stock, this is the clutch stock. This is the stock that we see Rite take all the way to the end.
Yeah, Rite can't be overly nervous considering he just made a reverse 3 stock happen. This time, it's just a reverse 2 stock. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Rite already trying to get that setup, going for the guitars, going for the ground pounds. He still has the movement, so he should be able to get over to that left wall. Yeah, he's got the touch. And to be fair, he really hasn't taken a lot of damage on this final stock.
But Carrot's being a little bit more patient, I think. He knows that Rite likes to do some crazy things on the last stock. He's saying, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to only go for SIGs. I'm not going to go for the big kill potential. I'm just going to hang back a little bit, and hey, I got some good scythe hits.
He's really respecting those last stocks of Rite and that last Rite. But we do see Rite really taking his time on the approach there, kind of making Carrot come up to his level. He's been playing around those soft platforms in the sky, and Carrot forced to go for some sort of jump nair, but the follow-ups out of nowhere, the side light into the neutral sig, and that is going to be game 4 going the way of Carrot. That's going to put us on game 5, the back and forth between the two as Rite swaps over to Queen Nai.
And the Queen Nai pick maybe a little bit dangerous. The Asuri is what got those big clutches. We'll see if the Queen Nai can maybe do something similar, as it seems like Rite is dead set on going down to last stock early.
2, 1, brawl.
Yeah, maybe it's a
Oh, that's cool.
plan idea. What, the
Hey,
clash?
arm side air clashes.
Yeah. Ooh, some side stuff, but it's not a lot of damage on this Queen Nai. Need a whole lot more considering how much defense is behind this Queen Nai.
Right, going for that down
Nice
sig.
ground pound.
Gets hit by the ground pound. Carrot doesn't quite have the resources in terms of a weapon to try to get that early gimp. Both
Carrot
players
getting
trading
hits on the
away.
right. Down here. Going for the weapon toss. Rite has a weapon toss of his own. Now Rite's got the weapon control. Rite has the stage control. But
he
Carrot gets
doesn't
back up safely.
managed to keep it. He had that nice side sit, but the edge guard didn't work in his favor. There's another side. This time, Carrot is able to stuff with a side light, picks up the scythe, goes for a weapon throw. I thought maybe he was going to try to do a ground pound or a dare, but again, that's not who Carrot is. He doesn't do those edge guards with the scythe. He just makes the throws work.
He's not very confident in his scythe offstage play the way that we see from like the NAEU scythe mains out there, the Atrophiuses of the world. Carrot dodges up through the ground pounds on top of Rite, but can't quite get the hit and still managed to hit the recovery. And again, the side light into the neutral signature from Carrot will take the stock. That is a very slight lead for Carrot. He's got to get some damage on the right, otherwise it is completely even second stocks.
Right. He's staying in place. He is not going to over-aggress. He's going to pick up this weapon. He's probably going to go for some recoveries or down sigs or maybe some weapon throws, apparently.
Basically, any variable force move. Oh, he does bump his head, but Carrot not able to punish. That was just another weapon toss from Carrot. Carrot still not finding the hit onto Rite as Rite gets a side sig and it's all evened up. Second stocks.
An extremely close game number 5 here for both players now. Right, with these neutralites. Trying to go for the down sig catch as Carrot comes back on stage, but both players are being really patient. Carrot's respecting Rite and his ability to make clutch plays, and Rite is trying to use Queen Nai as a lot more of a sluggish character and saying, hey, I just need some hits here and there. I don't need to do over big long strings. They're seeing maybe a bit of a slowdown from both players.
I mean, that's kind of old Queen Nai playstyle of just, I can trade out with you more efficiently. So every time you hit me, as long as I hit you back, we're fine. As Carrot burned a lot of movement down there. Not sure what he was looking for. Ends up eating a ground pound. And Rite is going to start taking away the lead. This is tournament stock for Carrot now.
Yeah, I talked about how they were being really patient with each other. Carrot was too patient there with Rite. Basically going, I'm really afraid that you're going to do something. So I'm just going to hang back here forever. Rite was able to get that punish. Nice dare. That's going to be the end of Rite.
Avoids the weapon toss as well as catches Rite away from the wall, and that is going to even it up. We're going to final stocks between these two in game 5 of the losers final. Winner of this goes on into the grand finals to fight Cerny Banders, who's just been sitting up there all night.
Well, I don't think it's
I guess it's like middle of day there.
Yeah,
right?
He's been chilling in the afternoon. Had a few snacks. Right now, trying to get back onto the stage. Carrot is getting every hit he needs.
Nice. Rite gets back up though. Oh, both of them stacked. The scythe wins out. Good dash back into the side light from Rite. Side sig connects. Avoids the spear toss. Carrot able to make it back up safely, but Rite throws so much behind those signatures. Carrot cannot afford to eat much more of those.
Right, with a bit of a weird weapon throw. Goes for the ground pound. No punish from Carrot as it misses. The downline is just barely out of range. The side air sends Rite outward, but the weapon throw isn't going to work. He's going to be able to get this kill right now. Rite with a ground pound picks up the scythe. Both players making weapon throws and a neutral signature. And Rite takes the set in game 5 in an extremely close ending.